Okay, hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Victor, and I'm going to be your anchor for this particular series. So this is the Cisco Ethical Hacker Labs. If you've been following the series, we've looked at quite a lot. We've looked at the modules. We've started looking at the labs. So this is going to be lab 3.1.12. So this is the third module. This module talks about we're trying to do vulnerability assessment. And in trying to do vulnerability assessment, there are a few things we need to understand. So first of all, we need to understand that there are 5 stages of every hack. Every hack is going to have some 5 stages. So if you plan doing pen testing, understand that you have information gathering. At times you call it reconnaissance. At times you call it footprinting. That's the very first stage of every hack. So this is like stage 1. At stage 2, you have scanning. You have what's it called again? Gaining access. Then you have maintaining access. Then last but not the least, you have clearing tracks. You should also know that for every hack that is going to happen, first, we need to have a motive. There needs to be a vulnerability, then a method. So what happens is that a motive will tell what vulnerability we should be looking out for. And the vulnerability should tell what method can work. So if you have 5 vulnerabilities and each of those vulnerabilities are not going to help us achieve a particular motive, then we cannot have a successful hack. Now, in these 5 stages of a hack, you can call these stages of a hack. Right from here, let's say from here up to here, you can also classify that as VAPT, vulnerability assessment and pen testing. Or maybe right from here, because at this stage, what you're trying to do is just to gather PIIs, right? Location, name, right? IP address, just very preliminary information about the particular target. So that's what you do at information gathering, reconnaissance, and footprinting stage. So before any hack can happen, there must be that first collection of information. And all of the information you're going to collect here, you're going to really need it at the scanning stage. At scanning stage, you're not going to be concerned about things like usernames, right? Things like shares. At gaining access, that's when you want to get things like password. You want to get full access control. At maintaining access, you want to see if you can have a remote toolkit or a remote access or a backdoor. Is there a possibility that, yes, I've gained access, but can I still keep maintaining access to that particular digital asset without the attacker knowing? Then, of course, at the end of the day, you want to clear tracks. So this describes the 5 stages of a hack, and we are just at information gathering. That's what this lab is about. This lab is about how can we gather information, but we're actually talking about employee information. Why is it important? We're trying to gather employee information. So if we need to do social engineering, right? If we need to do vulnerability assessment, social engineering, where can we look at information for? I think there's another lab that has to talk about finding information. So we'll explore all of this later on. So let's get back to work. Now, here, we want to see what kind of information we can gather over social media. Now, the idea is anytime somebody is doing 1 or 2 things over the internet, information can be gathered. People post too much of information about themselves, right? And this makes them vulnerable to attack. So we normally say on the network, online, on social media, then people can have access to data. Threat actors are going to collect PIIs about their victim. They conduct reconnaissance across social media platforms, right? And they can use this information for very nefarious activities, purposes. People can even clone, people can do tailgating, people can do all sorts of things because that information is available online. So for this lab, it's a research-based lab, so you just need your device and internet access. So one thing is to conduct information, or rather conduct investigation about a particular username, a particular name. Later on in this lab, we can use tools like Multigo. Multigo is a tool in Kali Linux that you could use to do footprinting, right? You can put an IP address and you can see all the connecting name or items that are associated with that particular asset. Asset, I mean username, email address, website, IP address. So you want to see all of the things connecting to that particular digital asset. Now, your first task is going to use name. You can do that on a regular window on Incognito. And you want to see things like what content are cached. You want to see if you can see initials, whether the person is married, media names, and all of that. You want to see what is indexed. Index here we mean you want to see what is already available online, what social media or what the Google space have already seen this stuff. Or if it's on social media, what is readily available. It's actually garbage in, garbage out. So if you don't have that item or that name online, it's not going to be there. I wrote an article some time ago, how to delete yourself from the internet. Right? How to delete yourself from the internet. When you say how to delete yourself from the internet, you're just trying to say, okay, can you take off all of your data from the internet? This was a case study from EC Council CH. So the point is that if your information is available on the internet, it means people can see it. That's why social media platforms will give you opportunity to be able to delete your account, right? And by the way, when you delete your account, it's not like that account is not available. It's available, but on their end. But to the regular user online, that information is not available. So Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Plus is no longer available. TikTok, all of these platforms, you can easily deactivate or delete your account, right? So when you delete your account, when you deactivate your account, it becomes officially off these platforms. And that is Twitter. You see, this is just describing that all of the platform gives you opportunity to be able to do what? To be able to delete your account, right? The point is that when people want to search for you, they get IP address, they get name, they get all of those things. The question is that can they see information? So once it's indexed, except to do a delete. Perform an audit as a stranger. So create a bogus social media account to view your own profile as a stranger would. Conduct an audit of all social media sites and accounts you've used. What do you want to investigate? You see, the point is that when people share content, when people tag their friends, when people post from friends and family, when people share stuff on Facebook, what are they doing? They're just keeping a trail. You see that time you just tag your family friend, you just tag your wife, you just tag your husband, you tag your friend, you tag your niece. You're even very explicit in terms of description. Or you say, hey, I'm here with my peeps. That's so that people cannot get you. We just need to check through your social media account and see the people that you've associated with. Then we can get information about you. right? Or we can become friends to those people so that we can now get access to you. So all the social media profiles, name, birth, contact, your status, life, event, work relationship. That's why I personally, for instance, I can't actually, because of the nature of my work, I can't be off social media. I can't be off online. If you put my name, you're going to see, you can even see information way back 15 years. But the what you never see on my socials or my Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, you can never say anything about my wife. You can never say anything about my kids, right? Even on my status. They can celebrate as many birthdays as possible, but you're not going to see it on those handles. It's so that you can have some kind of association. Because when people post work relationships, status, political, religious belief, you are profiling yourself. You are like giving, somebody can spend 30 minutes and get quite a lot about you. Right? Don't forget, we're talking about PII, personal identifiable what? Information. And when somebody wants to do reconnaissance and footprinting, that's where they start from. Because you call this, you have passive, you have active. So you classify this as what? Passive reconnaissance. So any kind of reconnaissance that you do without actively engaging that particular digital asset, you call it what? You call it passive. So if we need to do footprinting and reconnaissance, at times the military guys call it recce, or you say recon. It can be passive, it can be active. If I give you a phone call, right? If I use a tool and scan maybe your website, your social media platform, or whatever, and extract information or your domain name and do all of that, you classify that as an active reconnaissance. But if I just go online and check out readily available information online, you call that what? Passive, because there's no kind of engagement with the digital assets. So you have posts from family and friends, you have online discussions. So there are times I would want to make some certain discussions on social media, but because I know this is publicly available, I have my own belief, I have my belief systems. I don't make those conversations, right? So these are the kind of information that can be revealed from such kind of investigation. So if you need to reflect on these findings, in what ways can criminals use this information? They can use that to launch a phishing attack or a winning attack. Oh, you're this guy, you're posting all the things you love about cybersecurity, you are pushing everything online, pushing it online, pushing it online. That's to say that I can create a fictitious cybersecurity platform or a simple website, basic templated website, and I'm going to see the central bank, 3 banks, telecom providers, and my clients. I just have the logos underneath and say they are my clients, right? And I'm going to send you an email that I've looked at your profile. You're doing very nice job. Please send me your detailed CV. We have an opening and we are talent hunting for some. When you send the CV, I'm going to say something like, okay, please make sure your CV is updated, is recent with all your details. People mistakenly go and do things like update their address, update their email, update everything. What are you doing? You have just made yourself vulnerable to such kind of phishing or willing attack. Now, the point is that not that your information is available online that makes you susceptible to an attack. That is one part. Do you have enough awareness not to fall for such kind of attack? That is another thing, right? That's one of the things that a GRC specialist, an entry-level specialist in cybersecurity can do is awareness. It's a low-hanging fruit. Every company needs, or anybody or any group of persons that are going to use tech, they're going to use website, they're going to use social media platform, they need cybersecurity awareness training. One of the kind of awareness training they can do is phishing test, phishing awareness training, because it can help them be able to tell what is fishy or what is okay. There's this Google jigsaw phishing quiz that I normally tell my students to try out. It's called phishingquiz.withgoogle.com. So you could try and take the quiz. I just say, my name is Victor, and my email is this. I can start taking the test, right? So you see a document, you want to ask yourself, is this going to be a phishing test or a phishing link, or it's not going to be a phishing link? If you check this and check the link, you see that that is the wrong link, right? So that is phishing. So it's only security awareness training that can help people not fall for this. So your interest in particular hobbies or interests. So if I know your interest, I cannot know what kind of attack to target to you. Your public conversation with friends, families, we can know what your password clues can be. We can see what your interests are, who your friends are, who your relatives are. Then it can also help us get some kind of footprint. So the idea is, don't post information in real time. I love some people, the way they update their social media handles. They've just been to a new country. They record the video as it is happening. After 1 month, even when they are back to that country, they now post that particular video. They can be taking that record right in the airport. So if there's anybody that wants to jeopardize their stay in that particular country, it can't happen because they're already back. But they posted the video 3 weeks after they've returned. But the video is like, oh, welcome guys, I'm now in so airport, I'm in so country, I'm in so location. In your mind, 2-3 days after you see that video, they're in that location, but the point is that they're no longer there, they are back to base. So that's one way to make yourself not vulnerable, because you are not posting your data in real time. You can set your social accounts to private if that works for you. And you need to think before you post stuff online. So that's about this particular lab. If you have questions, comments, you could ask questions in the mentorship group, or if you're taking a physical class, you can bring up your questions in class. See you guys in the next class.